All right, guys, I think we're live now. We're doing it on my phone. My laptop is currently blocking the screen, but we do have Josh on the line as well. Actually, let me turn the camera this way so we can actually hear Josh. Oh, orientation is locked. Rotate device back. Fantastic. Yeah, this is going to be the live before lock to go show. I think you can hear Josh. Josh, say something.
I'm here.
All right, Josh is here.
Can you hear me, people?
Yeah, please let us know if you can hear Josh. Let me move this around and try to get a better situation here. We're doing this obviously on the fly to make this work as best we can because, God damn it, we want to talk about MLB today. And tomorrow I'm not going to be doing the live stream. So, all right. Andres can hear Josh well enough. So, Josh, you can talk with complete impunity. We have a really unflattering camera angle for me, so we're doing well.
Yeah, we're doing real well.
Let's talk about pitchers while I do this, because you know what? I can multitask. What are you doing at pitcher? Obviously, we have a couple of very, very chalky options going on today. We have Carlos Carrasco up top, who's going to be very highly owned. We have also Chris Archer, who is going to be very highly owned and maybe not as good of a play. What are you doing with those two guys in particular?
Yeah, I'm playing them both. My big change from this morning is I'm going to be playing like 30 to 40% Cole Hamels.
That's a lot of Cole Hamels.
Yay! As it should be.
As it should be.
The Diamondbacks lineup looks like a double-A lineup today, so I'm going to bet on Cole Hamels.
They are
heavy Cole Hamels.
They are literally starting guys who they just picked up a couple weeks ago, so that is a fun wrinkle to have. Matt Swan can't hear Josh. You can hear Josh. Other people can hear Josh. Matt, try harder.
What happened to the other stream? We decided to go the lesser version today.
Yeah,
just hoping everybody cared that much.
Yeah, we just wanted to go lo-fi today. Throw it back. Get in selfie mode for me. You can hear he's just distant. Well, that's what's going to happen, guys, when we're recording from my phone and we're having a laptop to play Josh audio. we're trying, guys. But I can see your chats, so keep popping stuff in there. Pitcher to me is a pretty interesting spot. I'm not as anti-Diamondback as you are because I think those guys are pretty good values. And that's sort of what... I mean, that was more important to me than playing Cole Hamels, who I think is not that good of a pitcher and has kind of regressed after the initial, momentum he had from the trade.
Have you seen the line move on that game today since they announced that Diamondbacks lineup?
I imagine it's not good.
He's minus 165 now. When the lineup came out, the Cubs were plus 101.
Okay, so that's not the best sign for the Diamondbacks lineup, but nonetheless, I would say that I think it's a pretty interesting little pivot spot. Obviously, to get some very cheap guys. If people are going to go to Hamels, I think I'm fine with it. Not at a ton of ownership, though, even though that value does kind of tempt you into it.
Yeah, and in theory, I want to get the names right. Eldemaro Vargas and Patrick Kivlehan are probably decent plays from a point per dollar perspective, but if they get 40% ownership like we're expecting, you should run for the hills.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think any position player, I think one of the general rules of thumb we've tried to impress before is that it's always better to fade a position player when they're not going to be that highly owned. But, again, 2,100, 4,200 for two guys to fill in your lineup, and then you can get Carrasco and maybe an Indian stack or a Houston stack. I think it does make sense, even if it's not the sexiest play, and Vegas is directly shitting on my face about it.
Yeah, they are taking a big steaming dump on your face, our show. Steamy dumps all around.
It's 6:30 Eastern, even though we have been all over the map today trying to make this work. It is the time to give our home run pick. Obviously, we are very prepared for this. We've been really waiting this entire time to get one out there. Josh, I'll let you go first because you're returning from Hurricane Blues.
Lucky me. Give me Travis Shaw.
Travis Shaw. Okay. I like that pick, but I don't like that you picked him.
Well, I like it, and that's all that really matters.
I'm trying to find a better position for this camera because I'm literally holding it up with my hand like an asshole. It's not the best. You know, I
Grab
am.
the pineapple. You did against the pineapple.
I could just go to the couch and just. I last time I used like a Wii charger thing to do it, and that worked pretty well. And for some reason, it's not working quite as well today. Maybe. All right, pineapple. Go to work, pineapple. Now it's like a weird. Now it's a really weird angle, guys. I hope you're appreciating the avant-garde art that this live stream is becoming. It's just weird.
Yeah, I'm sure they love it.
Yeah, look, here's my apartment, guys. You can see all the noteworthy things. All right, so for my pick, I'm just going to go. I don't have my DraftKings lineups in front of me because I'm now on this phone. I am going to go Jose Ramirez. I think that's just a safe pick. I love that Cleveland stack tonight, and he's a good baseball player if you haven't heard.
Boo. Jose Ramirez.
I think he's a great pick, and not quite as unfair as a Stanton or somebody like that. You did mention, though, you were going with some Yankees tonight, so you're not buying the David Price Renaissance, huh?
Nah, it's more just a very specific set of Yankees: McCutchen, Judge, Stanton, Sanchez. It's not really like I love all the Yankees, but I love those Yankees in particular.
Okay, I get that.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I could see why you would. I don't know. I just think Price has been good, and I know the narrative has always been that Price is going to wilt when he goes against the Yankees, but eventually he has to not. I would hope. So that's what I'm going for tonight.
Well, I hope it's not today. I hope that he wilts.
Because
like a Chamberlain.
He's I enjoyed that. For a second, I was like a chamber pot, and then I was like, oh right, like Wilt Chamberlain. Like the basketball player.
Easy.
Yes,
exactly.
Let's see. Where the most hits on RBI for the okay. I don't know if people are talking about the Angels. We blew past the Angels yesterday, but I don't know. I didn't hate them more than I just didn't play them.
We got Rockies lineup and Dodgers lineup.
Oh, there we go.
So
all right.
Now, all we're waiting on are the Angels in particular.
Let's see, anything particularly? Ryan McMahon is in the lineup for the Rockies. I don't think that was the case before, but nothing else to noteworthy.
I don't know.
All right. Yeah, I was actually at that game yesterday. I mentioned on the live stream with Jake. I went to the Dodger game, and it ended up being an extra innings game that was pretty low scoring. So I was happy about the Rockies not going off because I did not have the Dodgers.
So did you have any part of the game that you were watching?
I had a little bit of Kershaw, but the hitting stacks, I was all over the Dodgers the night before, but last night I didn't think. It was a pretty good matchup, like with Freeland. I thought, like, this is a pitcher. I didn't think he was going to, be beaten up too bad by that lineup. So, no, I mostly avoided it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't even know who was playing yesterday. So I didn't know if it was like a particularly juicy spot for you or anything.
No, it was just a good pitching matchup, and my buddy is like a Dodgers fan, so he was like very excited to see Kershaw pitch down the stretch run. Kershaw was good, but he wasn't like as overpowering as like you want to see. Like, I don't know, I've always heard people tell stories about seeing like Pedro Martinez live, and it's like, whoa, you can see all the movement, he's striking all these guys, and Kershaw just like threw 3 Ks and or 4 Ks, had a kind of mediocre day.
I saw a decent amount of Maddox, which was really fun to see him just like. You can visibly see the hitter be frustrated. And that was always really cool. Yeah,
his pitch placement was obviously legendary, but I think that seeing a thing like that in person is great. I didn't get that feel with Shaw yesterday, but still, fun to go to a game and be blackout and out till 2 a.m.
Oh, of course.
As adults do. All right, what
they do.
Andre Alvarez asking favorite cheap stack, please. What is your favorite cheap stack on the night?
Probably the Pirates.
Okay.
I'm surprised they're not getting more love than they are. Phil Meyer kind of just gets by on smoke and mirrors. So I like the Pirates quite a bit. Really anywhere 1 through 5 plus Colin Moran.
Interesting. I didn't get to the Pirates at all, but I think obviously going against Phil Meyer, a sort of known quantity as being a dog shit pitcher, I think does make sense. And they are pretty affordable for the most part. Which parts of the stack are you going with?
So I've got a lot of Fraser, Marte, Bell, Cervelli, Dickerson, and then Moran a little bit on DK, and then Kevin Newman 2,300 for a FanDuel shortstop. I'm okay with.
One cheap stack I got to a decent amount was actually going with San Francisco against the Padres. I think Robbie Erlin's going to be pretty highly owned, and obviously he hasn't given up a ton of hard contact throughout the entire season and his pitching career. But I do think San Francisco's been hitting it a little better. I like the lineup they put in with Panic hitting leadoff. They're very cheap as well, so I think it's an interesting one to go with. Steven J, I'm just talking shit today. What is your deal? We talked about the Angels for literally 1 second yesterday. Shut up. You're always annoying, but you're being extra annoying today. And today is not the day, my friend. Playing a little less Estrada to get Indians. Hope it pays off. What are you doing with the Indians? Are they all over for you?
Yeah, I mean, they're one of my top stacks. I have no problem eating the chalk there. It's just too good of a spot.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. I think that that 1 through 5 is pretty good. Also, Yonder Alonso has been hitting it pretty well. Encarnacion being back in the lineup. There's a lot of ways you can stack that. And obviously the matchup too does make a lot of sense for them going against whatever asshole they're going against. Going against Dylan Covey.
Yeah. So I'm happy to have all sorts of the top. Well, I mean the whole lineup basically, except for Kipnis.
Would you think there's any interest in Covey as a pivot to Erlin? Like, I mean, obviously it's not one that I'm crazy about, but he has gotten his hard contact down a little bit, getting a little more chase and swinging strike rate up. I don't know. It seems like he's the only guy you could possibly go to there. Like,
I would rather go to, if I were going to be pivoting off of Erlin's ownership, I would either go to Estrada or to Heath Fillmyer.
Okay. So, interesting. Estrada, not for me. I feel like Estrada's too easily blown up, but playing the Toronto pitchers versus Baltimore has been a pretty profitable strategy for a lot of folks recently. So I do think there might be some logic there. Cowart led all
I
scores.
kind of actually wish that I had, I'm over the field on Erlin. I'm just hoping it goes well. Same for Estrada. Fillmyer's the guy that I'm not getting to, so I'm expecting to regret that heavily.
Let's see. Coward led all scores. Coward hit a grand slam. Steven Jam, it's not the day, man. It's just not the day. Irwin or no for a FanDuel pitcher? Wait, what? Erlin, I assume. Would you use a guy as cheap as Erlin on FanDuel?
No, absolutely not. That's a terrible play.
Yeah, I think in general you've always advocated for not paying down that much unless a guy is like a really elite pitcher, and I would certainly say that Zach Erlin does not fit that criteria.
Robbie Erlin, but sure.
Oh, right. Sorry, Robbie Erlin. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah, if you're playing Robbie Erlin in a GPP on FanDuel, I can almost guarantee you won't win.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't mind Erlin. I'm actually not even playing Erlin a lot tonight on DraftKings, to be honest. It's just not. He's just not that good. He's definitely not a 30% owned worth that. I don't know. Not that quality of pitcher.
I have Erlin projected for 33.6 fantasy points on FanDuel. Let's say he gets 20 more than that. He gets to 53.6. I already have Chris Archer projected higher than that.
Yeah.
So, that's not even including guys like Carrasco or Walker Buehler, where it's just you're just not gonna get there.
Yep. No, I agree. Also, got to get this win. You are correct. I did mix up Robbie Erlin and Zach Erlin, which is it's a tough to keep all these Erlins in line. I would say
it is.
Too many Erlins, like too many cooks. Let's see. Milwaukee stack. What are you doing with the Brewers tonight? I've loved the Brewers a lot. I didn't get there quite as much. I'm actually, and I don't. It's a weird sentence to utter given the Zach Eflin. That's right. God damn it. It's a little bit tough for me to believe, but Matt Harvey's been good, and that kind of scares me a little off of the Brewers. But what are you doing with them?
I like the Brewers. I'm with the field on them. It does make me a little nervous, but nothing crazy. It's just, when push comes to shove, it's still just Matt Harvey. So I have no problem having lines against them. Not that I'm super confident in it or anything like that, but I'll be slightly over the field. Or at least I'm slightly over the field right now.
Yeah, Matt Harvey's gotten his whip down to a 1.06, xFIP 3.55 over his last handful of starts. Swinging strike rate 16.4%. So he has shown some positive signs there. I still wouldn't feel comfortable. Like I think I have maybe one or two Harvey lineups just because he's so low owned or projected to be so low owned. But the Brewers, though, I mean, if anybody's going to get to him, even if he is pitching well, that lineup's been really, really good. Granderson and Yelich in particular, but Shaw, I mean, as your home run pick, also looking pretty great. I don't know. It's a tough stack to avoid, but I worry a little bit about Matt Harvey. Strange.
Reasonable.
Yeah, no, it's a weird thing. I don't know what they gave him, what they're shooting him up with. Maybe like some sort of horse tranquilizer thing, but I think for him, it's been odd. Maybe he's not as distracted. He's not going out as much as he was in New York. I don't
Maybe.
know. There's got to be a reason. He was really, really
I
bad.
mean, that could be it, honestly.
Cincinnati, not nightlife, not popping off.
Unless you really like that chili on top of Sketties.
I've never had that, but I've heard it's pretty repulsive from a few people.
I mean, I would absolutely put chili on top of spaghetti. I've never had Cincinnati chili in particular.
Oh, I would too. If especially with a certain, plant-based influence going on, I would have no problem putting that duo together. But I've just heard it's bad and it sits in your stomach.
That doesn't count then.
It's true. I've done worse things than that while under the influence. For host Golden,
I don't know what you were just saying, but I accidentally ripped my headphones out.
It wasn't anything important. Host Golden asking Cervelli, or I assume he means Gomes. I don't know. There's not a Gomez at catcher tonight, right?
Jan Gomes.
Yeah, I assume he means Jan Gomes. I would go Jan Gomes just because I do like Cleveland more. Wait, hold on. No, because he's saying he has 5 Cleveland, but he's not sure if he should break it for a catcher upgrade. Oh, okay.
Well, like, for me, I would rather have whoever I'm stacking with there. So if I have the Indians, I want Gomes. If I have the Pirates, I want the Pirates. Or if I want Cervelli. If I don't have either of those two teams and I'm picking a catcher, I want Cervelli.
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. I would agree that Cervelli's a better hitter. I like Gomes, though. I think he's been doing a good job, and I think Cleveland's going to give him enough guys on the bases where if anybody doesn't knock them in before him, he definitely will have a decent shot at doing something with it.
Yeah, and like the bigger thing is Cervelli's just hitting 4th and Gomes is hitting 8th.
Right, yeah.
If I'm picking just a one-off catcher, then I'm going to Cervelli just from an opportunity standpoint.
Luis Calise asking, is Hamels a pivot off of Carrasco? Do you think that Hamels has that kind of upside going against this relatively dog shit Arizona lineup?
Yes, 100%.
You think he's getting like Carrasco upside?
Let me be more specific. No, he's not a pivot off of Carrasco in that Carrasco has the best matchup on the board and he should be highly, highly owned. But if Hamels has any sort of low ownership, he's facing a group of guys that like shouldn't be able to hit him. So like I like Carrasco more than I like Hamels. But I like Hamels more in a GPP if he's significantly lower owned than him.
What is Hamels' ownership up to now? I didn't check our latest update.
Low, but I have a feeling we're going to have a hard time modeling this sort of major change.
No, our model doesn't account for when a team just completely gives up on a game and puts in random guys who sound like created players in a video game.
No, that's sort of the problem here. It's really hard to factor it in because the line went from like a coin flip game earlier in the day to the Diamondbacks putting in essentially like 4 scrubs, pulling Goldschmidt, pulling Pollock, I believe. And then, the lines moved to make Hamels like a 170 favorite. So I'm hoping no one catches up to it because it's a Wednesday in the middle of September and people stopped giving a fuck. So I'm hoping that I can get like 35% Hamels and he's at like 8. His floor has to be as high as it could possibly be for anyone.
I mean, yeah, I think it makes sense. I do definitely have more Arizona Diamondbacks than I do Cole Hamels, just because the price lured me in. And I don't think Cole Hamels is that good. I think he was really good when he first got to Chicago, and I think he's kind of leveled back out to what we've expected out of him. So I'm not playing Hamels. I'm also talking into the mic, even though the mic is not connected to the stream. But I'm an asshole. I'm just very disoriented today. But yeah, I don't know. I just think it's a good spot. And if people are going to go to Hamels and Hamels ends up being higher owned than we think, then I think it's pretty good leverage, even if those guys aren't, major league caliber hitters.
Ooh, Angels lineup out. How much time do we got? 6:46. Plenty of time. My thought process on it is basically this: half of that Diamondbacks lineup has probably never seen a pitcher as good as Cole Hamels.
That is probably a fair point, yeah.
So I'm hoping that will just carry some weight. Angels, I'm assuming I don't have Joseph Hudson in here the way that I need him to be. Thanks, Angels, for throwing me a crap catcher curveball. Joe Hudson. Maybe I do have him.
Yeah, no,
That'd be nice.
I did not have Joe Hudson. I had Briseño as being the starter before. Oh, but Hudson doesn't have a price on Schmancy Schmabs.
Oh, God.
All right, chat, give me some good questions. Throw us a like, too. I know this isn't the best production quality that we've ever given you, but we are trying to make it work. This is our commitment to you, that we don't want to leave you alone without the resources and the thoughts that we provide you every day. So we're here. Throw us a like, please. Subscribe to the channel. We have better videos than this, I promise, including one coming again on Saturday with Evan Silva. He'll be back doing another On the Contrary. Round two. He loved it so much, he wanted to come back. So it'll be me, him, and the boss man, Awesemo, doing another video on Saturday, breaking you through our contrarian views on the NFL slate. So people got some use out of that. So hopefully it works out again. Hopefully it helps us win more, because I could use that.
I'll be listening in the background.
Yeah, Josh will be there. We're all working Saturdays, having a good time. College football, schmollage football. Just watch me and Alex talk to Evan Silva instead. Much more exciting.
Do you watch college football outside of, probably USC?
Not a ton. I'll keep it on in the background sometimes, but yeah, USC is really it. Unless I'm at a bar, I'll go out to watch football. People are doing it, but yeah, not so much.
Yeah, I don't generally watch any college football anymore, and it used to be such a big part of my life.
I love it. It's just it's so much, and I'm not as into it as some of the people who are really into it. Because I just can't keep up with all the guys quite as much, and also have this this amount of information I have to have in my head now about NBA and NFL and MLB. So I don't get there anymore. And USC sucks, and that really hurts.
Yeah, I don't feel bad about that.
USC, my team, Clay Helton's got to go. I agree, California cool, but could always be worse.
If I'm being honest, I'm a USC fan. So.
Oh, good. As you should be. As you should be.
I like teams that are generally good and cocky, and when they're good, they're certainly cocky.
Oh yeah, I mean, when I went to college, there was during the Leinart years, and that was the prime cocky USC teams where they were just the equivalent of Steph Curry walking away while he's shooting a three and it's still in the air. It was a lot of fun.
And now they're the equivalent of J.R. Smith shooting a three and walking away but not making it. Not Nick Young, rather. Nick Young's got that. Where you let that one go, put the arms out like you buried it, and just clang the shit out of it.
It hurts how right you are. It does hurt how right you are. We'll get there again at some point. Still have the talent. It's just we're not well coached. It sucks.
Did you guys stop paying the players or something?
That was never a thing. That was other people capitalizing on a corrupt system, which needs to be changed anyway. The Reggie Bush's parents were going to get paid by somebody, regardless of whether the school was involved or not. They were not the best. And OJ Mayo. Just two guys who were just going to get paid. Do you like Pena at all, or would you just go Archer?
I would not go Pena, that much I can say. Why am I getting... Is Austin Barnes in this fucking lineup? No, why am I getting Austin Barnes? Did I not add the Dodgers lineup? Apparently not. No, Pena is not a guy you should be playing today.
Yeah, I don't. Pena at that price.
Not at that price point.
Yeah, Pena, he's nice when he's a $6K guy or a $6,500 guy. Not a 8K Pena is not a place I want to be.
Not at all. You got to skip that one, people.
Let's see. Chris Cox saying Cleveland stack. Yes, that is my favorite stack of the day. I think it's good. I think you can stack them a couple different ways. Kipnis is an interesting play if you don't go at catcher and go to Gomes. There's a lot of guys there. Lots of ways to do it. So I do like Cleveland a lot tonight.
Yeah, it's hard to find a better spot, whether that's Carrasco or the Indians bats themselves.
Spags, you're too close to the screen. If I were further away, you wouldn't be able to hear me or Josh. So this is the situation you get, Michael. I'll breathe it in, soak it all. Look, taking all my pores and shit.
I can't see I can only see you via our Skype call. So I have no idea where you actually are.
Oh yeah, it's a weird angle. It's like a side angle. Though actually, you know what? Like not an unhandsome one for me. Like I think I figured out one that's okay, but
Unhandsome?
it's not unhandsome. So it's like it's not terrible. It's not. We've landed some.
I'm gonna win the mini max with some sort of like stupid Robbie Erlin, Brett Anderson combination or something today. I feel the trash climbing to the top somehow.
Yeah, you know what? It wouldn't surprise me. Though Robbie Erlin or Zach Eflin, both those guys can screw off for for melting my brain 10 minutes ago.
I am playing so much Robbie Erlin. I'm honestly getting nauseous thinking about it.
I can't. I mean, I guess I can believe that he's at a pretty good price, but I love guys who are at pretty good prices, but I just didn't get there. And I think San Francisco's not a terrible lineup they put out there tonight. I mean, the total though is pretty good. Vegas is definitely not on Team Giants.
I've got Erlin in half of my lineups.
That is a lot of Robbie Erlin. Jesus.
Certainly is.
Wow.
Certainly is.
How about Brett Anderson? Brett Anderson's a guy who on DraftKings at least you end up with, I feel like a lot. And I hate Brett Anderson. I never really like playing him. He has random upside, which I don't understand and can't predict. So I'm not playing a ton of him. I think of maybe one or two lineups. What are you doing with Brett Anderson?
I'm not playing him.
He's not a good pitcher, but he has random 30-point games that baffle me.
Yeah, he's not for me.
How heavy are you on Yelich tonight, Josh? Chris Johnson asks.
Not heavy at all. Basically a third of the field.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I like Yelich, but his price is still pretty high, and again, you know, the Matt Harvey buzzsaw going up against him. Gotta watch out for that.
Dude, I cannot figure out what is going on with my crunches today. I'm getting like zeros for places. I'm getting Austin Barnes. I'm just getting like weird dudes popping up in here for reasons that I can't quite figure out.
I mean, obviously your projections are really big Austin Barnes fan.
Well, like he's not even in my projections.
I don't know. I feel like you're just having a lot of Ghost in the Machine issues today.
It's something is not going well for me today. I'm getting Briseño. He's not in the lineup for me, so I don't know how I'm getting him, but I am.
That's an interesting question. Is there anybody you would consider a late night hammer on tonight's slate?
I don't even know when people play.
I think Nick Martini's a little interesting to me. He's definitely not a hammer type player, but for a guy who's 3,200 who's hitting leadoff against Felix Pena, who, you know, again, I don't mind. I don't think he's a terrible pitcher, but he doesn't get a ton of swinging strikeouts. He is hittable. I think Martini's in an interesting spot, but I actually don't have a lot of athletic stacks. Don't have a lot from the late games in general, so I would say that's probably as much for me. I don't know.
I mean, one of the dudes, like, was Matt Olson, Matt Chapman, whichever one of those guys is a lefty.
Olson is the lefty, yeah. A great home run hitter for certain people who are me.
I mean, anybody on the Dodgers?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be low owned too, probably, and obviously there's a lot of power there. Anybody can hit a home run at any time. Let's see, anything good in chat? Go Dodgers fighting for the playoffs. Sure, yeah, go Dodgers, why not? Of course, Spags is
It's not at like a weird time today, is it?
No, it's at 4:05 or 7:05. Of course, Spags is a Kid Cudi poster. That's a fucking James Dean painting, you dipshit. Look.
Also, why is there a problem with Kid Cudi? I'm not entirely sure.
It would be odd for me as a 33-year-old man to have a Kid Cudi poster on my wall, but a piece of art, a painting of James Dean from an actual artist is a completely acceptable thing to have. You dumb shit, 20 Rick with 2 Ks. Coming out.
20 Rick.
20 Rick, the least favorite of my Ricks in the what is it of Ricks, the Council of Ricks.
Yeah, he's probably that one that eats shit or whatever.
James,
the one that Jerry was friends with.
Yes, that is who he would be. Mattress actors? No, it's James Dean, the famous film star. Oh God, I hate you all.
the guy that makes sausage?
Yes, Jimmy Dean. I refer to him as his special fancy boy name, James Dean. I love his sausage. I just wanted to get a poster or a painting of him on my wall.
Should have got a poster of his sausage on your wall.
Of course, Spag is a James Dean poster. No, not a poster. Still not a poster. Painting, classy painting. And James Dean's great. He died young. that makes people great. I don't know if you guys know that.
Makes lucky.
That's true. God, I wish I could James Dean it up right now.
For you and me both, man. I feel like all my lineups are going to be James Dean today.
Who would you prefer tonight? Travis Shaw, your boy, or Jose Ramirez? It's Ramirez for me.
It's Shaw for me. You guys didn't hear the home run picks, which is reasonable on a day like today. But oddly, what's really interesting is if that question happened organically.
That's true. I think it did actually, because that guy definitely is just asking. Yeah, B. John is not a regular here. He probably wasn't watching the whole time.
Yeah, what an exceptional two dudes to pick.
It's true. It's a good choice. But yeah, it's definitely Jose Ramirez for me. That's why he's my home run pick, and it's probably Travis Shaw for Josh because that's his home run pick. So everything worked out well.
Honestly, if we're being serious, it's probably Ramirez for me if I had to guess.
He's more expensive.
Sure I have more Ramirez than I have Shaw.
Yeah, he's more expensive and he gets steals. Shaw doesn't do that, so it should be Ramirez.
And the Indians are a better stack naturally, so.
Agreed. Contrarian, Carrasco, and Erlin at pitcher. I assume, Zach, you're joking. Very not contrarian, but sure, why not?
I would just I have no problem with going with the Carrasco Erlin pairing because of Carrasco's upside today. Just get different with the stack.
Yes, I would agree with that. I think if you are going to play those guys, just there's enough stacks out there that are lower owned, but those guys will definitely be two of the chalkiest pitchers on the slate, along with Chris Archer as well. Jimmy Dean sausage or James Dean sausage? I mean, James, the way you're spelling it, you're talking about the professional actor who is dead. I don't think he made sausage, unless you mean sausage made out of him, but even still, that probably wouldn't be good at this point. So I would go Jimmy Dean sausage.
I think we're talking about his Wanger.
Oh, well, no, but not if we're talking about the actor. I think that if you were talking about the adult film actor who is spelled James Deen, then perhaps you could be talking about his sausage.
How do you know that, man?
Because somebody said it in the chat. Dope Heathen. I think he spells it Dean, D-E-N.
I didn't know there was a James Dean adult actor. Is where I'm going with this.
Oh,
more so than anything else.
You should definitely know that. I feel like he's actually had some newsworthy controversies and stuff.
I don't pay attention to the name of the men in the porn outside of, I guess, Ron Jeremy, who I don't think I've ever seen.
Ooh, la-di-da. I don't pay attention to the men, whatever. Samar Green talking about favorite Blue Jays bats. Blue Jays actually are a stack we didn't talk much about, but I do like them tonight. Did you end up with any Blue Jays?
I'm just with the field. Like 9% aggregate or something. So, yeah, pretty heavily.
Yeah, I ended up with a lot of them in the beginning when I was making lineups today. I think you can stack them a couple different ways. One thing that worries me a little bit, Billy McKinney, obviously hitting leadoff. Just a terrible play lately. He's just not been hitting the ball, and I feel like he's regressing kind of back to what he should be. So that'd be the one caveat I would throw out there, but I do like the lineup. Good marketing. Reyes or Martini for a one-off on DK for the outfielders?
Martini.
Yeah, Martini for me too. Why is this guy always...
If Reyes is still getting like stupid ownership today, then yeah, he is.
Oh, Fran Mil Reyes is getting stupid ownership?
Like 15% or something.
Oh, wow. Good for Fran Mil. I like him.
No, he shouldn't have it at all.
Probably not. I mean, Stratton's also been pitching pretty well, but I like Fran Mil. Also, Mejia hitting
There's no need to have a number 5 hitter in that game on a 10-game slate be 15% owned against an $8,000 pitcher.
No, you're probably right. But I do think though
what's the Giants total right now? 3.3. Or what's the Padres total? Under 4, I think.
The one that I have is 4.1, but it might have changed.
Yeah, I can't have that much of somebody like that.
Yeah, I agree that it's not the best play, but I do like that Padres stack. I like Mejia too, hitting a little overpriced for a catcher, but he's really raked in the limited chances he's had. I'm curious about these Padres. I think I will definitely, if not stack them a ton tonight. I think I have maybe 1 or 2 of them. I will stack them in the future because they are shaping up to have some interesting guys there. All right, Rajiv. I'm not, but to be clear, I'm not skipping anybody's questions. We have a lot of people in the chat, so not everybody gets their stuff answered. But Rajiv, I will answer your question now. Edwin or Yonder Alonso in a Cleveland stack, which would you go with? I like them both equally, to be honest.
Probably Encarnacion.
So not going with your boy Alonso. I like Alonso. I think honestly, I think I have more Alonso than Encarnacion, but I think they're both equally good plays. To be honest, they've both been hitting pretty well over the last week, and so that would be my tiebreaker. And they grade out pretty similarly for me. A little bit better for Encarnacion, but I don't know. Alonso's a lefty.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
I mean, look, it's not like it's a real question. It's 55% Encarnacion, 45% Alonso. It's not like I'm not inherently confident in much of that, regardless.
Tamar Green on the fence with Archer, but it's the Royals. You think you should be on the fence with Archer? I think at that ownership, I think it makes sense to go to some other places, but certainly have some exposure. But at the rate he's being owned, I think it makes sense to go some other ways.
Yeah, I don't know what the other way is. That's the big problem for me.
Yeah, no, it's true. Adam, well, you go to Matt Harvey.
That's not the other way.
Go to Gio. Gio's been okay.
I have quite a bit of Gio.
Okay, I have some Gio too. Maybe not quite a bit, but I have at least a handful of lineups with Gio.
I have 5 guys in double-digit ownership: Carrasco, Hamels, Archer, Gio, and Robbie Erlin, with Gio being miles below those guys. I have 80% of my exposure to Carrasco, Hamels, Archer, and Erlin.
Okay, that seems reasonable based on your view of the slate. I get it. I'm just not there on Hamels, but everything else I'm pretty much with you on. Would you go Adam Jones? I might. Adam Jones or Marwin Gonzalez? Which would you go with?
Which site? I assume we're not getting there.
No chance.
Marwin for sure.
Yes, I would agree. It's Marwin for me. Actually, I did kind of like the Astros stack. I came off of it a little as I did a little more research, but the Astros intrigued me a little bit, and Marwin's been pretty good. A really good price on DraftKings too. I think he's $3,700. Carlo's asking for
my number 2 stack on DK.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I like them. Carlo's asking on FanDuel though, I guess. So whatever.
Let me see. Probably Adam Jones.
Oh, okay. I don't mind Baltimore tonight either. I have a little bit of them, but not a crazy amount. I think they're interesting. In an interesting spot going against Estrada. Spags, rank your favorite sports. I don't know. No other good either ors. So my favorite sports, it would be probably NBA first, NFL second, MLB would be third by a pretty decent margin. But I've grown to appreciate it more over the course of this year. I assume you're similar, right, Josh? NBA, NFL, MLB for your rankings?
No, not even close.
No, it's because of the NFL, right?
Yeah, NBA. Well, soccer, NBA. I don't know. Curling.
Okay. That's fair. I think maybe he was just giving us.
NFL would be dead last for me.
Oh, really? I love NFL. I'm glad to have it back. I'm glad to have it back.
I can't wait till it's gone.
Jeez. Well, I love it. I'm excited to have a show with Evan Silva, football expert, on Saturday. He'll be back for another On the Contrary, my new contrarian pick show with Alex and me. Obviously, I'll be on there because it is my show. But Evan Silva will be back on Saturday, so I'm excited for that. Talking football, talking it just to spite Josh and his hate of the NFL. Spike it right in his face. Show him who's boss.
Look, I'm in for playing DFS and stuff, but I just don't find the NFL to be a very appealing product. It's a really hard watch if you don't have Red Zone.
That's fair. Even Pat Mahomes, though, like I've enjoyed that subplot. Do I think he's going to come back? Well, actually, I don't know that for sure yet. I got to do more research, but he does seem due to come back down to earth.
Yeah, who knows? All he does is throw touchdown passes.
And at an outrageous rate, which seems unsustainable, but who knows? He looks really good. It's fun. I think the NFL is more fun than it's been this year than it has been the last couple. Keep an open mind.
Now that soccer's on, I'm good to go.
Fair enough. All right, everybody's got their line.
Big win over PSG yesterday, so everyone can suck it.
Oh, well, thank God. Thank God Liverpool won. At least you got that going for you.
Yeah, for real.
All right, that's enough. We made it to the lock. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for sticking with us. Obviously, we really appreciate all of your support and working with us as we kind of get through some of these tech headaches that come with growth and expansion and various software that we use being dicks. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure to become an Osmo.com premium member. Every single day there, we have all of the ownership rankings. And rankings, and all the data you need, along with articles from Osmo, plus dive articles for MLB every day. A lot of in-depth stuff that you can't get anywhere else. So go check that out. Become a premium member now. Promo code CONTRARY will get you 1 week free. CONTRARY. Get you 1 week free trial to go check all that out. So please join us, and we will see you guys. Actually, Josh, any parting words for you from the disembodied head?
Cross your fingers for me, and hope that we can actually run streams tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be back tomorrow on a more normal video setup. But thanks for sticking with us, and we'll see you again soon. Bye, guys.
Later, people.